You checked your watch. You checked your date. You checked yourself. It's that nigga. It's that person. It's always that real nigga podcast with 90%. I kind of fucked that up a little bit. Sup, Dad? Well. Here we are, Dad. Here we are. We've arrived. The location. The closing of 2017. Today is December 26, 2017. And before we clock out this year, this is going to be the final podcast of the year. Now, I don't really want to get my whole thoughts of what's happened this year until, a little later. I know this is going to be the last real nigga podcast, but I say around January, I'm going to let these few days of 2017 finish. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how I'd be like, oh, damn, those last few days, though, man. You know what I'm saying? That changed my opinion, So, maybe somewhere in January, I'll give my assessment of how I feel about this year. It's been a lot of chaos thus far. You know what I'm saying? Whole lot of things going on. And, we got a lot of news to get to before we get to tonight's special guest. And he is special, dad. He ain't retarded, though. Anyway. So, XTV is finally clocked in another pay-per-view. XTV 03. Your boy 90 was a part of it. That nigga 10 was part of it. Yozy, of course. And I'm not going to give out the results. The pay-per-view is yet to be uploaded. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just going to talk about each individual match and give you my thoughts and opinions on it. Killer and B-Boy fought. And in my opinion, this proves that B-Boy is not worthy to be on the main roster. Oh, don't be shocked. Listen, hear me out first. Hear me out. Now, although, damn, I can't give away the results. But anyway, let's just say although, I feel like, when it come, like say he fighting another Iron Man match, him passing out, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of the match, has never happened before, dag. And some people can sit there and be like, oh, it can happen to anybody. But dag, Kill ain't do that in the middle of the match. No time. You know what I'm saying? It's like to show that fatigue that early in that bout, you know what I'm saying, is some other shit. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, man, I don't know if he's worthy for main roster yet. And yes, he was a former main roster guy. You know what I mean? But there's a reason he's in the next TV. You know what I mean? Yes, to help the younger talents. And this ain't no bad showing you, Dag. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to, I'm going to beat you. You a geezy. This is just my honest opinion and my assessment of you know what I'm saying, your performance. I mean, shit. Nigga, you tired out pretty fast to me in that match. You know what I mean? I don't know what point that happened within the match. You know what I'm saying? But damn, nigga, like, we seen that. That's never happened. You know what I mean? I sure hope that all is well. I hope your health is good. You know what I mean? But that's just where I sit. I just don't think you're ready for a main roster, Cause shit, if you fight in that match again, you might die. Anyway. The next match, that was, who that was, Dag? Was that LC and Habson? I think that was Beast's return match up against Goldberg. Let me just say, every match, let me just sum it all up like this, since I can't give away the results. Every single match, there was no like one person dominating another person. Everything was even. You know what I'm saying? And this was like one of the best shows. This was the best way to close out 2017. You know what I mean? We opened it up with a whole bunch of XTV East and West pay-per-views, and we closed it out with an XTV East West pay-per-view. And this was the best way to do it. It was a whole bunch of great things within this show. I'm finna sneeze. Hurry up. Now, before I was rudely interrupted by a damn sneeze that didn't even fucking come, I was saying, we started earlier this year doing a bunch of shows and we ended it, and I think this is the best way to end it. This was a great car. I truly can't wait for you fans to see this. You know what I mean? It was a great show. We had a lot of fun, and this was a fun Christmas, dog. I got my own opinions on Christmas, but nigga, I spent a whole podcast talking about that shit. You know what I mean? My opinions on. I mean, when you let me just say this though. When you work somewhere, dog, and you see how retarded people act over gifts, you don't give a fuck about a Christmas, dog. You ain't gonna have a holly jolly Christmas. You're gonna sleep all damn day. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a holly jolly good nap. You know what I mean? Straight up. Now, and that's that, man. Fuck Christmas, dog. So, what else, dog? Oh, main news. We're out of commission, folks. As I speak, at 9:32, December 26, 2017, I am looking up at the screen that says startup repair. Your computer was unable to start. Since I want to say 8 this morning, maybe 7. Let's say 7. It's safe to say 7. 7. It's been on this shit. It's not doing nothing. Our computer no longer works. We've had this Lenovo since 2011. You know what I'm saying? That's like, 5 years, 6 years so far. And it's given us this problem before. Last time it gave us this problem, this bad, we had to replace the motherboard. You know what I mean? And we thought it was a hard drive issue, but it was the motherboard. And, it could be a hard drive issue. The hard drive sometimes tell us, we got a shitload of stuff on it and we ain't got a damn thing on the motherfucker, but, yeah, I ain't got time. You know what I mean? Seriously, what's going to wind up happening is we going to get another laptop. You know what I mean? Eventually. We tried to say that, we tried to use the income tax money that's going to come. We tried to use that to try to get a car whenever we get our license. But unfortunately, we got to buy a brand new fucking computer. Some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we at. It's really fucking unfortunate, Dad. Yeah. Your boy about to rant. You know what I'm saying? It's like we were trying to do NXTV, make it real special, doing a whole bunch of classic things, took a vacation, the majority of our vacation. Yeah, we bullshitted, but we also worked. You know what I'm saying? All that work just to be sitting here looking at this ugly ass startup repair. Your computer was unable to start. Startup repair. A blue line going across the damn screen that ain't doing a fucking thing. Attempting repairs. You ain't doing shit, you raggedy. Wow. I ain't know I was that mad. But yeah, man. Hurts. A big setback, folks. Now, on to the podcast. Tonight's special guest called me. They called me. He was like, he heard something. He disagreed with some things that was put out. And this guy's a legend, though. You know what I mean? An unsung legend. And that's why I said, okay, man, tell your story. He came in XTV, a big hit. He wound up bringing somebody else that was a bigger hit. Then they forgot about his ass. Then he came back again as just a referee. Then he won a belt. We'll talk about this whole journey with this young dude. And I'm only calling him young because people probably call him old because he is really, yo, what's up? Woody Johnson. Fuck you. That's good, Dak. Man, I'm living good. We had a real good time this Thanksgiving. Yeah, shit, me, Bo Pete, Lil Woody came over. Oh yeah, Lil Woody, man, how he doing? Oh, he's doing real good. He got his own little kid. For real? Yeah. He got his own little kid. You know what I mean? His baby mama ain't shit. But at the end of the day, yeah, he got his own kid. He got his own kid. Now, Woody, Dag, you came in XTV. People forget that you are truly one of the first people to have a show. I ain't surprised, 90. When I first came to this bitch, when I first came here to XTV, it was a brand new thing. Something that we was just trying out. You know what I mean? And, just throwing whatever stuck. I was something that they threw and it stuck. When they did Woody in the Farm as a joke. T. And, it was just something that they threw, see if it worked, and it worked really well. I was very successful. But when TXG came, the thing that differentiates sides from TXG is shit. TXG, it was more like shit is more recorded. And we got moments recorded. We don't got moments recorded from the Sides era. The closest thing we got is those HY episodes from 2003. That's the closest you're gonna get to the Sides era. And even then, you can tell that it's transitioning to the TXG era. You know what I mean? So, with all the history of the TXG period being recorded, the Sides era loses its value because we don't really remember but a few things because those moments were that important. And Woody in the Farm, even though it was important at the time, you guys can't truly remember any episodes, nothing like that. But that's because, it was just brand new. And when something is brand new, it gets really old real fast when somebody finally finds a better way to make what was once brand new, different. You know what I'm trying to say? You struggling. Yeah. So how'd you get your start, man? Billy Rojo, ain't it? Yeah, basically you already know everybody got the same story, the same deal. Billy Rojo come up to me. He say, yeah, man, it's this thing called SIDE, and they did Woody in the Farm. Now, did you come before or after Abu? Shit, I can't even remember. You know what I mean? I don't even remember. I remember we both were good for each coast though. Like Romy was really good for them. I think we probably came around the same time, man. I can't even remember. Like I know that shit, Toy Story was out. Tony B had a Woody toy. He wanted to use it. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of something. I think it's similar like with how we started though, cause Abu. Give me a second. This nigga adjusting shit in my room. It's all good though. But Abu had, because when he did his show, it was kind of just inspired, I think, off of Winnie the Pooh. I heard a little bit of his podcast. He just kind of threw something until it stuck. And that's the same way it was with Woody in the Farm. It was just something we just kind of threw and saying, oh, will this work? And, shit, it worked. Worked real well. And the story was basically Cowboy Woody just getting through all these misadventures. You know what I mean? It was just like, I was just always like going through something, whether it was my neighbor and all this. It's just all this chaos. And I think it's just a mixture of what was being shown to Tony B at the time, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and, all these other different things just kind of combined because, it got me swinging on a vine and, all these other different things. And shit, it was really big for the time. And I think what captured people is the theme music, of course, and just shit. That's what was going on already. Pee-wee's Big Adventure, we was just imitating what we seen off of TV. Yeah. Now, we probably gonna have to do this shit tomorrow, Dad. It's all good, man. I think we tried to do your podcast before, but rant mode was inside our chest. Yeah, that's all right, man. Just do it when you're ready. I'll be here. Hey, Dag, you a little drunk too. I am. What up, Dag? We are back, Dag, live and direct. Yeah, man, definitely. So, we talked a little bit about your career. You know what I'm saying? You started with Woody and the Farm. How was it working with the cast at the time? Shit, the cast was great, man. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of those guys was method actors because a lot of people thought that my neighbor Bird for years they thought his ass, was really angry like that. But that's cause for years he portrayed that, going to Bird, he was look, you gotta understand, all of us were chosen at random. So Bird was just some regular guy, you know what I mean? Regular 9 to 5 job working kind of guy, trying to hit that big jackpot. So shit, he just wind up just getting a call, we want you for the Spot the Doggy show, and he never did it before. And he just used to just try to make himself angry because that was his character every day. So he would just be angry at, dinner, you know what I mean? It'd be a big change for the people that truly knew him because it's like, why the hell are you so angry? You know what I mean? But he was doing it to portray that character because he never acted before. He's never done anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So that was with him, but outside of that, he was a good person. But I think that when you do method acting that good, you have to go to psychiatrist or something like that, cause you don't know how to break free of that character. You can look at people like Heath Ledger, and even the person that played the original Joker, Jack Nicholson. He admitted he had to seek counseling after that role. You know what I mean? Because you're being a different character, and you're trying to understand all these emotions of someone you're not, and portraying that, that's really hard to come back from, and yeah, I think that that's what it is. But all the other guys were great. Bird's son, Little Woody, you know what I mean, Bo Peep. Was y'all real husband and wife? Yeah, method acting. You know what I mean? We took it that far because we wanted this to work. You know what I'm saying? So shit, we were young too. You know what I mean? So we wound up getting married. You know what I mean? But she was always like, she never wanted to she never wanted to have sex with me. You know what I mean? I was truly undesirable to her. She just wanted to make money. You know what I mean? That's just all she ever was. She was never no whore or anything like that. She just was just the average person that wanted to make money, and any way she could, that's if sex wasn't involved, and selling her body. But that's just how it was with her, and we wind up going to Vegas, I think, and getting married and seeing how we would be as a couple that loved each other. And that was tough. But yeah, there was a bit of tension. Shoot, like I said, I was young, you know what I mean? And I was just always promiscuous, always trying to get in on any woman I could, And I got just turned down so many times, you know what I mean, where I would land in jail. Really? Yeah, I would land in jail cause shit, like I would see a girl I really like, man, you know what I mean, and I'll just give her all the game I thought I could, and I just wind up shit lifting up her skirt, pulling her pants down, you know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to get to anyway. Shit, grab her by the pussy. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that's how I did it. And I would land in jail. Both people would bail me out, argue with me, beat me the whole damn time. Shit, beat you? You got a whipping by a girl? Yeah. Getting my ass tore up. Man, dang, man. So The show's going on. It's very successful. When did Spot the Doggy get introduced? Well, he gets introduced. Sorry. He gets introduced. I don't even know when he came in, but he had different things that he was doing. He was on Joette's side, and and he was Tony B at one time, and then he wound up being introduced through my show, and he never talked. And what was crazy to me is he would be so popular. You know what I mean? And I think Woody and the Farm is the first show on XTV that had different offsprings of things, Like I remember it was me, then Spot the Doggy had his own show, then Ada, And we all just kind of had our different things that happened from our show. Now, Spot the Doggy comes, you were no longer the main star. You kind of play the side character to a damn dog. And let me tell you, me and him were good friends. You know what I mean? I finally had a buddy that I can get girl to be promiscuous, with. You know what I'm saying? And we're playing Johnny Cash on our way to the damn club, and it was just, I really wish that we could record us back then, because I think that would make for great TV. Just the dynamic between this, sort of hood kind of guy, and then me with my, I love country, you know what I mean? I love the damn Charlie Daniels, man, you know what I mean? I'm playing little shit like that, and we're on our way to the club, and he's like, do you know what kind of club we're going to? You know what I mean? And man, we used to have so much fun, but I think Ada said it best, money really changes everything. I just feel like when you add money into something natural, it immediately gets corrupted. You know what I'm saying? And that's nothing to look extra deep into Illuminati or nothing like that. No, it's like that's just what it is with anything that's just natural and normal. We had a natural and normal friendship and chemistry. Money fucked that all up. You know what I'm saying? Because especially when people are offering you on the side to get you more money to do this, to do that, you know what I mean? And we're just normal people that never had this type of experience. And it's going from black and white to color, and you start seeing true colors. And that's just what happened, especially with me and Spot, over time. I know we're not there yet, but, it's just crazy because when I look back at this period, I have a whole lot of fond memories, Fuck. You good, Dag? Not until my computer is. But so that's that. Now eventually you start doing a show with Romy Rome, Dag, at Buddha Monkey, you know what I'm saying? How was those shows? Shit, before that, man, Sides would do movies all the time. It seemed like before Do the Right Thing happened in TXG, that would just be these random movies. I remember one time we were doing a movie with me, Vader, and just a bunch of motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Just a bunch of people. And I think we used to always try to fit every single body in the movies we would do at the time, you know what I mean? But only a few people would, of course, get chosen. Did you fart, nigga? Sorry. And we would just do these random ass movies with these random toys, and they would be okay. I mean, they would be good. I'm sorry, they would be really good. Cause especially working with Romy, but the Romy shows were out of this world, man. Really out of this fucking world. We would have so much fun because you have these two different, minds coming together to do this show. And I really miss these days, you know what I'm saying? And I would give anything to give them back. because this was the innocent time period. This was the time period before it got way too serious. Before we just like everybody just kind of went crazy. You know what I mean? I feel like Romy, he kind of stayed the same. Like Romy never got into the drug scene or anything. One moment, man. Yeah, anyway, like Romy never got into the drug scene or none of that. And, myself neither. I just got into the drinking very heavy, you know what I mean, at a young age. Because I was trying to cover up demons, you know what I mean? Just being a bit insecure, you know what I'm saying, of like my voice, and just I think a lot of times you don't really want to hurt people, you know what I'm saying? You just really want to just be normal and live your life, you know what I mean? And not hurt people or nothing like that. But shit, you wind up doing that. You feel like you hurt people, man? What you mean? Well, I mean, going back to hooking up with women, you know what I mean? Like, it just always seemed like when I would approach a girl that I like, you know what I mean, it would just always be met with, I'm a creep or I'm ugly or some shit, and then when that would happen, man, I would just feel so fucked up, like, damn. And like I told you, well, nigga, you grabbing them on the ass. Yeah, I'm saying grabbing them on the, grab them by the pussy, you know what I mean, randomly. So of course, my nigga, that's not the way you introduce somebody. You shake their hand, not their pussy. I'm just saying, man, like even before that, before I got that desperate, like it was like that, you know what I mean? And you can just say, and I would just move on to the next one, until, I found the right match. But shit, it wasn't like that. I even told you about Bo Peep. Like, we married to really portray that role. You know what I mean? We would go to other couples' houses and things like that to see how a couple acts. You know what I mean? And that's just how we tried to get into those characters, tried to get into that role and make sure the shit worked. And, in real life, it just sucked, man. You know what I'm saying? So you feel basically like you never had a real life. Exactly. Cause although I say things like, I mean, but you did eventually get Ada. Yeah. And that's a long ass story. Nah, nigga. I think we gotta jump into it because Ada is a very beloved XTV star. Did you beat on her, man? Shit, yes, man. But also she beat on my ass, and I'm not advocating physical violence up against women, you know what I mean, at all. But at the end of the day, man, like sometimes, Ada would get drunk and she'll clock me up the side of my head, you know what I'm saying? And I would get so angry, I guess I'll talk about how we met first. Basically, to Spot the Doggy show, you know what I mean? And we're all, I guess, at recess or the show's probably wrapped up. It was never no recess. The fuck am I talking about? But we would wind up, just randomly talking, Bo Peep's off in the distance. I used to be by myself a lot. And, Ada, she was always good spirited to me, at least. And she'll be like, why you over there sitting by yourself, boy? Come over here with us, get a friend, And I'm like, nah, I got friends, And Ada turned me on, man. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? 90s fine like a motherfucker, like straight up. And I was just like, damn, because I was so insecure, like I never had such a beautiful woman invite me into her circle of friends. So it was like, wow, it was just random. It was a glitch in the matrix, I felt. So she invited me over there with her friends, and they're talking about girl things, you know what I mean? I don't know, they're speaking a whole nother language, but speaking in English, talking about girl shit. And, randomly they just say, what do you think about that, Woody? I'm like, I'm not into girl stuff. You know what I'm saying? She said, yeah, we ain't either. We just called you over here to talk about this random shit to just make you feel weird as hell for being a part of our group. And, That right there just made me like Ada so much because she was just funny and goofy. And, we started just hitting it off from there. We started talking about random things, the show. And, later on that evening, I think TLC, T-Boz Left Eye and Chili had a concert that later on that evening, you know what I mean? And she took me there. We had fun, you know what I mean? We had a real good time. And I remember like after the concert, it was just me and Ada. I think Naomi and Dominique left a bit, early. And Ada just let out this woo, I ain't never had that much fun. And I said, damn, I ain't never had that much fun, especially with another female. She's like, what, you gay? I'm like, no. I never had that much fun. You know what I mean? And something happened where, she dropped the purse and I'm like, you dropped your purse. And, I pick it up. She goes to pick it up and we both were looking into each other's eyes. You know what I mean? I just see them brown eyes. And it no longer is that insecure feeling I normally get. It's this, dude, if I go to jail for kissing her right now, I don't care. I've been there before. And that's exactly what I did. I kissed her on the lips and she didn't mind, And dude, it just seemed like everything we did together was amazing. You know what I mean? And that's when we couldn't be separated. Both people, of course, is very jealous of that, But shit, we're not even a real couple. We're doing this for an acting role, I mean, you seem like you and Bo Peep don't really get along. It took years for us to finally just settle, and truly get along. It took years, man. But, yeah, it was like that at first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just truly feel like she didn't know what she wanted. You know what I mean? I knew what I wanted. I wanted to act and make money. And, even though it wasn't honest money, I wasn't doing drug dealing money or nothing like that. Or, I was just being fake. So, me and Ada are a couple. And, we weren't never married because I was married to Bo Peep. Hold on. But we were cool. Things like that. And yeah, man, we were cool though. Like I remember we would have a lot of fun. But problems stemmed, probably during the Ada show. With the whole Tony B situation, and things like that. And dude, she hit me one time, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure LT remembers things like this because he's been hit by Ada. She hit me. And that shit hurted bad as hell. And like the way she hit me just reminded me of all my problems, you know what I mean, that I was going through and that I've been through. And, I wasn't going to hit her back because she hit me a few times. But one time, you know what I mean, it was like enough is enough. We're living in a very, what's the word, double standard, like kind of society. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I understand a dude is more stronger than a woman. You know what I mean? Genetically. But dude, like sometimes, you know what I'm saying, these women get away with doing all kind of crazy shit to dudes, like punching them, running them over, all kind of crazy shit, and then finally when the dude snaps back, it's like, oh God, how could he do that? It's like, dude, you know what I mean? Enough is enough. Now, if it was the other situation, where the dude keeps hitting the girl and the girl strikes him back with vengeance, it's like, oh yeah, she finally got her revenge. It's like, dude, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think society needs to be fair, and really analyze shit. Nobody should hit nobody. Everybody needs to keep their damn hands to ourselves. Should we kindergarten the world? What the fuck? So that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? And yeah, I hit her a few times. She hit me a few times, and we had a very bad relationship, like a really bad one. And I remember, but alcohol was involved too. I can't even just sit there and be like it was our behavior, because it wasn't like me to hit a woman, and or nothing like that. That was never my intention. But it's something I did, and something I will own up to. I'm not going to sit here and, I mean, even though on the A DVD I said that's a damn lie. Teat. I mean, shit, I wasn't ready to admit it. You know what I mean? But years and years, and I got grandkids now. You know what I mean? I need to own up to the troubled man I was. You know what I mean? Because I'm no longer that person no more. I can at least say, yeah, that's who I was. You know, shit like that haunts you at night, man. You know what I mean? You kind of have dreams of what you did and how stupid it was. No matter how old you get, you remember that punch you gave her. You know what I mean? That black eye from you. You did that, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that shit fucks with you, because you never been that type of person. You know what I mean? Yeah, you were perverted by randomly grabbing women like that, but you never was that fucked up where you would punch a woman. You know what I mean? Until that moment you did it. And you're like, dude, what the fuck am I? And I've had sleepless nights, mind full of suicidal thoughts. You know what I mean? A whole bunch. I just used to hate myself, man. You know what I mean? And Woody, I ain't expect this story to get this dark, man. It's sad, bruh. Continue. Successful wise, we're huge. Spot the Dog of the movies just dropped, and all these other different things. But it goes from issues with Ada. Ada got her own show, and we wind up just stopped coming together. We probably had one more fight where it was like, man, fuck this shit. I ain't fighting you no more. And she wind up getting kicked out of XTV anyway. She got her own story for that. But as for me, shit, I was hurting, man. Sorry. Because me and Spot started to just have issues. It just seemed like the more successful the show got, the more greedy other people started getting. And, people were just tired, man. Now, to jump ahead, let's just say Spot the Doggy got big as hell. Huge roach rats. Every Spot the Doggy episode bigger than the last one, Action 1 and Action 2 finally come. How was this presented to you? They said, Woody, it's time to break new ground. You know what I mean? We've seen you and Romy, but it's time to work with people within your coast and see what it becomes. First it was just random. Nobody knew what it was. People just randomly writing action everywhere. And then the ugliest poster of all time. But, and I remember Big Trunks, man, at the time, he just was going, hello, everybody, welcome to the radio. He just kept on doing that. And, I think Spot talked about that. It didn't make any sense at all. But it's just the way he did it, you know what I mean? And the energy he gave, whatever the hell he was talking about, where it just was like, oh gosh, we got something special on our hands. You know what I mean? And when we did the first action, it was big, and it was super successful. And that's why part 2 had to happen, cause like it was that big. It was like, damn, if you guys like it this much. And I mean that dynamic of Spot, Dee Dee, and all them. So was that y'all first time meeting? I believe so, man. You know what I mean? And we were just all cool. We both were fans of each other's shows and what each other had done up to that point. Excuse me. we were just good, man. All of us. And we both were helping the product of XTV. Don't even give you enough time to fucking do that shit. Stupid ass laptop, dog. Fuck this piece of shit right now, man. Yeah, fuck this damn thing, dude. It's a piece of shit. Can't believe this shit, man. So, yeah, man. That shit was big at the time, dog. Like, especially part two. I mean, the biggest world's dog. Oh, gosh. Barney. You know what I'm saying? All these other guys, man. And just all of this was like some epic shit. Yeah, my hand Barney was a funny fucking guy, man. I tell you, man, he was a teddy bear that was acting like Barney the dinosaur. You know what I mean? He'll be like, ho, ho, ho. Cause he was a bad guy on the movie, and usually he'd be like, ho, 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 ho. And on action, he's like, ho, ho, ho. Cause it's all like epic in the movie, so he got to be all like extra, gritty, and that shit was funny as hell. He used to always make us laugh though. Always. He was a funny guy. The biggest world's dog is another guy. He took his shit serious, man. You know what I mean? We used to kind of laugh at him at how serious it was. It's like he would draw certain, like, you know how Killer put dots on his Killer Comedy Tour? Imagine somebody doing that shit in real life. Damn. You know what I mean? How the Killer put dots on a Killer Comedy Tour so he knew which step he was going to take. Biggest World Dog would do that in real life. He would like just get chalk or something like, oh, I'm supposed to walk here, walk there, and this toe's supposed to hit this part. You know what I mean? He'll take it too serious, so it'll take like hours upon hours to even start the show because he's taking the shit that serious. You know what I mean? And it was him, just everybody. And as far as working with Pain, man, that's another guy shit. We're out there partying, you know what I mean? And we were definitely very successful after this. But sometimes when you're that successful, it's a natural drop. You know what I mean? As high as you get, the hardest you're going to fall. And that fall came at the last episode of Spot the Doggy. And prior to this, dog, I mean, there was supposed to be a Spot the Doggy movie, part 4. That never happened, you know what I'm saying? But everybody was hyped about. Damn, what happened with that? Shit, dude. Problems, man. You know what I'm saying? And other things kind of happening in place of those things. Like, that's truly what happened. Like, ODD was he was doing his own thing, you know what I mean? And we all were going through our thing. So that's just the best way to put it, man. Like, some of that shit is in the past, and I don't want to bring things up. But on the last Spot the Doggy episode, I started fighting because people were just tired, man, you know what I mean, of doing the same thing, being in the same place. Some people wanted to grow from Spot the Doggy, and some people, we were stuck. We were all method actors that were acting this way. But shit, the more and more you take breaks and live real life and meet these people, and Action 2 probably killed us, man, cause shit, the real us started to come out. It's like, dude, I like other people. I'm tired of these people. You know what I mean? And we just were tired of each other. We were all like a real married couple. We were tired of each other at that point. And ODD was full of drugs, and he wind up hitting me, man. You know what I'm saying? And we got into this fight. And the Tough Enough episode was really big at the time. It was really popular for like years. And it was remembered. You know what I mean? And at the time in 2001, Cool Joe Easy was talking about it. Joe at, man, fuck it. You know who you are. He was like gloating about it. He thought it was so funny, but of course other things have happened where I'm pretty sure he doesn't even remember the damn Tough Enough episode. But it ended up on a high note, but nobody showed up to set the next day, and eventually Spotted Doggy Show was canceled because no one would show up. That's crazy. No one would show up though. I mean, the camera crew, but as far as the cast that made the show, no one was there. You know what I mean? And that's why it was bad, because it was getting toxic and people were already tired of people. Drugs are involved. People are on shit. And, yeah, man. And you continue to live with Bo Peep. I lived by myself. We were married but separated. Me and Bo Peep. We didn't like each other. She didn't really like me, and it wasn't until years later. I mean, when Little Woody came upon the show, she was really pregnant. She really was finna have kids. You know what I'm saying? And she did. Oh, so Little Woody is not your son? Nah, man. That's kayfabe. Like, that's not really my son. It's just he was working there. Like, when she was pregnant, she couldn't really have a grown ass baby, once the baby came out. So it was like we had to do it at XTV logic. Oh, okay. So from that, like, where'd your career go? I didn't know where it's gonna go, And this is those nights, though, I was telling you about during this, man. Sleepless nights with suicidal thoughts, man. Truthfully, that's what this was. Cause, like, shit, you enter into size with such a high that continues to grow, and then your life gets a bit out of control, and then it spirals into, your career, your TV show. You know what I mean? That you want to happen for years. Like, shit, I used to have thoughts. I want this to be like Johnny Carson. I want this to be like, whoever, that's had a show for years. I wanted it to be like that, but it wasn't like that, man. And that shit really fucked with me, dude, because now here I am with no success in a trailer. You know what I mean? Just looking up at the ceiling with the, one scotch, one beer. And I'm just over there just sad as hell, living in my thoughts, man. And I get a call from CAW. Yeah. And they want me to be a referee. And that's a huge jump, dog. From Woody and the Farm to Spot the Dog, it's a referee, man. And what was this like? Again, my method acting was on point. I would just watch what referees do in the match and how they would count. And truthfully, everybody said it, CAW was heavily inspired off of VCW. So, obviously, I was one of those officials. Yes, XTV East, laugh it up. There was one official in ECW. I don't remember the guy's name, but he would go crazy on the man. And that's why I'll be like, 1, 2, 3. That's why I would do that, because that's how he would hit the mat. I don't know. He was a skinny guy. You know what I mean? He wasn't Jim Molyneux or whatever that guy's name. He was like this skinny referee. And he was at Barely Legal 1997. And he refereed the match with the Japanese superstars. And that's what I was doing. I was just like crazy. I was like 1, 2, 3. And I was just going crazy, man, And CAW was a team effort, though, man. Like, it wasn't like one star was big in CAW. Shit, everybody did their part. Everybody did their thing to make this epic. And, it gets its shit for, being a ripoff. But truthfully, we had our own moments in there, too, that we can't, forget. And where did this push you, Dag? I mean, because Spot the Dog, he held you down financially. How about this? I wasn't getting paid as much as Spot the Doggy at all. You know what I mean? I was getting paid decent pay. I mean, it was CAW, so it was, it was a big difference. Even though it got big over time, my check was okay. Just wasn't on the level of what that was, you know what I mean? But the moments are what stick out, you know what I mean? And that's just having so much fun. And yeah, that happened, and of course I won the damn belt. Belief works, man. I hear you, Dad. Belief definitely works. Prayer, belief, and it works, man. Cause dude, when I was going through that chaos in '01, I would pray, man. You know what I mean? I'd be like, look, God, if you don't like me in my life now, if not, bless me or something. That's how I would be. Because, dude, when you hurt that bad, you know what I mean? It's like, because like you can't be like, Satan got me all the way up to this point. It's like, nah, if God controls most of what's going on, you know what I'm saying? He's gotten me here. He wants me to be in this sadness. You know what I mean? I don't want to be sad. It seemed like anything I would do would just push me back into a deeper depression. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, dang, you know what I mean? What's going on? What's the point? And I just, I would have prayers like that. They would be a bit Officer Neil. Damn. You know what I mean? A bit angry, but that's just how I felt. It's like, come to God, be real when you come to God. That's how I really felt, and I wasn't trying to be disrespectful when I would pray, but I would just be like, dude, come on, this hurts. You know what I'm saying? What is the point for me to hurt for the rest of my life? Am I going to die like this? This is stupid. You know what I mean? I'm like, again, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, but I was trying to say, dude, I'm tired of this. Nothing is growing, and shoot, you fast forward 2 years later, I'm a champion. You know what I mean? So you have no choice but to look at me. And God heard me. It's a bird. You get into art more, Dag. I'm sorry, Woody. You get into art more the more you can't do art. You know what I'm saying? Because your computer's shitty. So yeah. Who did you beat even, man? I remember beating King Kong. Oh shit. I remember. And this is the beginning of his dominant spree. You know what I mean? When King Kong was killing damn near everybody. And I remember beating him though, man. I remember it. Like, I don't know what that move is that Christian does. Or the move he used to do. Not the Young Prettier. But he used to do another move. And I remember doing it to him. And I think I pinned him or I knocked him out. And I won the fucking belt, man. It was in no. That's not how it happened. It was in a Hell in a Cell match. It was like a 4-way or something. And maybe Loco was in there. You guys remember Loco, XTVs? Like he was there, and it was just this crazy ass cell match. And I guess I randomly got picked at random, or they might have picked me by accident. And shit, I wound up winning the belt. And I held it down for a good 3 or 4 months. You know what I mean? And that was impressive because at this point, the belt was just being passed around, so it was very impressive for me to have that belt for that long, and, dude, I was proud of that. Not only, I mean, you was a referee that won the belt. That's some Vince Russo shit. Yeah. And I was happy, dude. Like, I really was. Because I was a dude, like, once certain things end, people's careers end. Once SIDE ended, slowly the popularity of Flamingo started to end. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Amen too, Big Ten Money. but they had to finally renew themselves and rejuvenate something out of what was already going on. And that's what happened with this, you know. It was just like, fuck, man. Let me, sorry, dude. Like, what am I going to do? Spotted Doggy's over. Where's ODD? Where's all these guys? They're all gone, And I was the one that was dominating, but eventually I lost the belt. And, I started to kind of focus on my life and try to better the relationship with Bo Peep. And that only went so far. Man. Well, tell us about that, man. Bo Peep used to be a bitch, 90. Truly, man. She was a bitch, dude. Like, just nagging about everything. Calling my mom a bitch, a slut, you name it. You know what I mean? All these different things. And I guess she was a fan of Ada, and she believed her story, which, yeah, it was true. But, like, she would just rub it in my face. And I was already dealing with the fact that I did it in the first place. And, it was hard to get a hold of her and tell her I was sorry about my actions and stuff like that. But both people be berating me. You was about to hit another bitch. You know what I'm saying? And she would just get on my nerves, man. You know what I mean? Truly. But she didn't see it as that. Now, you had a few with me, Dag. Yeah. That went on pretty damn long. You felt like I was talking like you. And truthfully, man, no, I wasn't. Yes, you was, Dak. Yeah, that's how that started. You thought I was trying to talk like you. And then I made fun of you for real. And you called me a nigga, Dak. Sorry. No, you don't say sorry for that. You die. Damn. Well, 90, this is again, man, I blame the depression, dude, not knowing how to react to things and how to just like let my thoughts speak. And as a result, man, I blamed you, and I lost my damn mind. And, I did too, because the early days of 90%, I would try to find you to kill you. Oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? I really would. I would go to your hometown. And, I would hear about that in the local paper. Yeah. I would go to your town randomly. You know what I'm saying? Just like shooting at what I thought was your door, but it was somebody else's. And yeah, man, I would really go there looking for you, to kill you. But you lucky you said sorry, because I brought you on this podcast to kill you. But you ain't gonna die. Damn. So moving on from that, where are you in your life? I mean, yeah, you did the Ada DVD and a few things after that. Where are you now, man? Just living life, getting fat, gonna die. You depressed again? No, don't know me like that, nigga. I'm just hoping that none of my kids follow into my footsteps. I'm just advocating. I'm going to various domestic abuse courses and different things like that. I really just want violence against women to stop. You know what I mean? After doing what I did, I went through a series of mentally emotional sadness. You know what I mean? And I'm just trying to help people through depression, in whatever way I can. I got my number. It's 1-800-666-789. 3 6s, Dag? I don't trust you. But that's all that's going on. As far as a career in XTV, I was thinking about coming back as an official, but they don't have a special referee on the game. So yeah, that's that. Wow. Well, there you have it, Dag. Another one. I wish I can get a DJ Khaled soundbite where he goes, another one. But we don't want to get sued. But this is another one that we've clocked in. Real Nigga Podcast, Dag. Stay real, stay legit, you know what I'm saying? And just do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Throw shit in these niggas' faces, you know what I'm saying? Cause motherfuckers wanna hate, you know. Anytime you got the attention of a hater, you got the attention of a motherfucker that love you. Entertain them both, please. Peace.